Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. All things Middle-earth here with a day one update on our server 710 free-to-play account. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you what commanders I've got, items, where I'm at with everything. Just a general day one update for you here in just 1 second. Okay, so if you saw my video a few days ago, I'll link that up in the top right. I made a video talking about the free-to-play experience in this game and some things I think you can do as a free-to-play player or a very light spender to really maximize your time in this game. So one of the things was starting in Rune, because you start with Khaldun and Gorbag. So I've got Khaldun and Gorbag here, as you can see. So starting with those commanders, I think, gives you a huge advantage over the other ones. And even in Rune compared to Mordor, where you start with the same commanders, I do think you get more use out of Khaldun with the evil men than you're going to get out of Gorbag, for example, in Mordor. So I think this Rune can be a sweet spot. Now, bear in mind, like I said in the video, I really think it just comes down to what group you're playing with. So if there's nobody playing Rune, I wouldn't say, hey, go to Rune and you're going to have the best time in the world. But we had a group join us here. I put together this group to play, and we're having a good time. And I do think as a free-to-play, it's given us a lot more options to roll with here. But again, as you can see, not lying. Not a single penny spent. We've got Kumul for $1 still there. We got the season pass. We got our 10 Mathoms here for $2. Nothing's been purchased there, so we haven't spent any money. We're sitting at 2,000 gems. I've spent a little bit more than I should on the apothecary or as I'm speeding troops up or those things, but for the most part, we're sitting at a couple thousand gems. I think I did the 200 gem chest the 2 times that's been available, and other than that, that's kind of all I've done with the gems. And I put all of my Mathoms into the Shadows Arise chest because, like I said in the video, if you didn't know, there are higher percentage drop rates for basically everything in here, for full pulls, for gear, all that good stuff. There just aren't tier 3 full pulls. So again, the only thing I wish was the same as season 1 when I first started was I wish they didn't have vouchers in here, because I think vouchers are a horrible addition to the Mathom chest. But especially as a free-to-play, I feel the pain. If you're a free-to-play and you get, 1 Mathom a day or even less or whatever, you open it and you get, 2 of the slots could be vouchers, and that is just not good. So that's been a pretty big realization as free to play. But again, that's kind of the overview for what we're doing here. So I wanted to show you what commanders I had, what they're looking like. Starting out, I started with Khaldun and Gorbag. I've got them to respect 2 and 1 respectively, just because of the items I've gotten. So Gorbag, I have to respect 1 from the roast warg meat you get from the red book. I think that's fine to throw on him. He is, if I don't get any other commanders, he is going to get some use at some point. He'll probably be that 3rd commander for me. If and when I get Lurch, which is a plan I'll talk about in a second, he'll probably move to that 4th slot. But then I have Khaldun, who after I unlocked Grima is getting every single one of the decorative bone beasts I have, the decorative beast bones. And then whenever I get the Kine horn, those are going to go on him as well. And then, like I said, I unlocked Grima. So starting out, Grima got every single item I had so I could get him unlocked in the first place. And then now he is getting the Dark Lord's emblem. And if you notice, all 3 of these commanders take a different special respect item. So the blue items, each of them take a different one. So it's kind of nice as you're opening. If you get any of them, they can go somewhere. It's not like they all 3 are using the Kine horn, for example, and you have to prioritize who gets what. So it's a pretty good balance there, I feel like. And I think unlocking Grima before pushing respect higher on Khaldun just gives you another commander, which is very nice. And then I've got Ugthak. I full pulled Ugthak, which was great. I got a full pull. That's awesome. He's just going to be an extra pather for me because I don't really plan on running him. If I got no more commanders this season, I will level him up and use him. I think I can get some use out of him. I think I'm going to run the Pursuer, and I think Pursuer and Searing Axe Tree just with just going commander damage. Or maybe I'd go into the R3. I'll have to look at it, but I'm pretty sure it's just Searing Axe and Pursuer, but Pursuer first. But again, for the most part, he'll be doing some tiling for me. But these are the commanders I have here. So now let's go ahead and look at the items that I've gotten thus far from opening 21 of the Shadows Arise chest. I'm going to try and get all 50 done, as well as the free daily pull and the 200 gem pull from that one. So looking at the items, I have strengthened a few things here. So there are a few a few blue items not here. But in terms of the purples, which are kind of the big thing, I have not gotten any gold pulls yet. So that is a little bit unfortunate, but I got a Bone Talisman. It's the only accessory I have. It has Husbandry, which is secretly the best perk in the game, but really I would have preferred to have gotten Evil Men Strength. That would have been fantastic on Khaldun. But again, at the end of the day, it's an accessory. It's the first one I have, so I'll take it. I then also pulled a Bone Mask with Scorch, which again, if I had gotten Hysteria on this one, that would have been fantastic on Grima. So not quite the right effects here, but I could always get other ones down the road and use these for refinement later. But that, you know, when you're talking purple, strengthening your refinement on free to play, that's a pretty long-term plan. So got those two to start out with. Then I got a Carver, which is great, and I think that'd be another great one for Grima, but it's got min strength. Again, I think almost anything else, I guess Flay or Smite would have been very, very ideal. Min strength in last will does not help me a lot here in Rune. So I got a Carver, and now I've actually got some good ones here that have decent effects, and that is Superior Hauberk with Shroud. I would have preferred Fire Protection, but Shroud I think is fantastic. Quilted Armor with Focus Protection, I think that's fantastic. Melee Vigor on another Quilted Armor, so I've already got 2 of those. If I wanted to strengthen one of these up, we could look at some refinement at some point to maybe get the Focus Protection going up or going to, I think both of those are fantastic. And then the Horseman's Helm with Warding for the stun immunity. So those are all the purple items we got, and then again, just gotten a plethora of blue gear, just trying to use the blue stuff as much as possible. We were talking about it in stream quite a bit, and I think it is pretty good that they allow you to strengthen the blue stuff up to 4 now, because that does make it compete with purple gear a little bit better, and it does take quite a bit of strengthening on purple gear to beat out blue gear. So that's why I'm not running a lot of the stuff here, because I've got 12 might here, and over here, might that I would get from this purple item is 8. So if I want to get more might on him, I'm going to use that, get some army attack, all that good stuff. And I've got some better effects on the blue stuff as well. So that is the gear that I have right there. Now to quickly give you a snapshot of what I've been doing in terms of buildings. Now, I want to say you could definitely do a lot more than I'm doing in terms of RNG. That's obviously up. You know, some people full pulled. There are people on our server that full pulled Witch Kings and tier 3s. Not in the group we're playing with. I don't think so. There are people that have pulled gold gear, multiple pieces of gold gear. Full pulled tier 2 commanders, all that good stuff. I was kind of happy that I didn't have crazy luck, because I don't think that would be the best free-to-play video to make. To be like, hey, oh yeah, I'm playing free-to-play and I got lucky and pulled Witch King, because then the rest of my season experience here is going to be pretty different, because I'm going to be running a tier 3 commander, which is not very likely to happen. So in terms of the RNG I got and the time I put in, I feel like it's a pretty appropriate, just like average amount of play time, pretty casual, you know what you're doing, but not ridiculous. So this is by no means a guide where I'm saying you have to play for the first 24 hours nonstop. We played when it started for a while, off and on, but nothing ridiculous. But again, looking at the building situation I've got going here, we've got our main hall up to 6. I started that upgrade last night. And then you can see the rest of my buildings are up here. So now that I've upgraded the main hall to 6, I'm actually going to go ahead and take my training camp to level 3. I think you can do 4 with this one. I'm not 100% sure. So again, there's nothing I'd really do differently or advise differently here. I'm just trying to get my buildings upgraded as much as I can so I get higher tier troops as fast as possible. I'm trying to get the training camp going. The market's another great one, especially when resources get imbalanced. Having the better market values is pretty good. The 40% value is very, very bad for that. The war room's not bad to make sure you can be helped and speed things up, especially early game. That can be very helpful. Let's see. Other than that, again, you need them all. So like barracks, apothecary, all that stuff's fantastic. So no big secret here. Training camps, I think, a game changer, so I'd make sure to do that. And then pushing for the higher tier troops as fast as possible is pretty good. But that is where I'm at for the buildings. And now, last but not least, I wanted to show you guys the Warband. This is not meant to be a recruitment type video like we did when we played Season 1 starting in server 350, which has now become my main account, actually. But we have some spots left. We got 80 people in our Warband right now. Some are people that are from our community with between, you know, the AtMe community and the Smash Squad community, all that good stuff. And some are just people that were in the server that joined up with us. So if you have some free time, if you're in bad game, if you're looking to start a second account, whatever it is, we are in server 710 playing as Rune. Here is the Warband. It's called Fork It. So if you'd like to join, shoot me a message and let me know. Again, we only have so many spots. So if you want to join, I would just say try and be active and then hop in. But there's no pressure to spend or anything. I know myself, as well as EQ and some other ones, are going to play through the entire season. Well, I know some are also just playing while they have time. So there's no expectation that you have to play through or don't have to play through. If you just want to come play and have fun for a bit and be active, maybe join a pretty awesome community, then you are more than welcome to do that. So there's that information one more time there. Even got the Discord link there if you'd like to see that, which is also in the description below. So if you'd like to join us and hang out, we're just having a really good time, trying to make the best of what is a kind of slow time for us in Bag. And again, we're 24 hours out, so not a whole lot on the map. We are making some movements, but we probably won't see anything until a couple more days. So my plan is to do an update in about 2 more days. So we'll do kind of 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, and see where we're at. Is where you can see where the free-to-play account progresses. And then I'm really excited to get to the point where we're doing PvP, so you can see as a free-to-play what commanders I'm going to have, what respect I'm going to have, what items I'm going to have, and how that's all going to play out on a battlefield against people that could be wailing out. So we're going to kind of just do all that together and see, so we can have the best understanding and put the best information out there for what things to do. But Again, that's going to do it for today's update on the free-to-play account. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to join our fellowship here on YouTube. But as always, I'll see you all in a future video.